There are some other places inside Dradis where you might see finding data. So one notable area is notes and node properties. So let's see an example. On a node here, see we have a note about the host details. So a note works in basically the same way as an issue or a piece of evidence. You define different fields with different sets of data. Node properties are another item, which then have a slightly different format if you look at the editor. But both nodes and node properties can, of course, be exported into your Dradis templates to your final reports. So you can create services tables from each of your nodes, or you can get notes from each of your nodes as well. One notable thing is that some plugins like Nessus create notes and node properties in some cases, and Nmap always does it. So in the case of Nmap, if you look at the plugin manager, both the port template and the host template will put data on nodes rather than creating issues or evidence. So the principle is essentially the same. Notes will be here. If you want them to export into your report, you need them to be of the default category. But for example, you can also use notes just for internal collaboration work. So you can have a note that is literally just a note. For example, a list of things you've already done on this particular node and so on. Or if they're to be exported in the default category, whether they appear from your Nmap plugin uploads or whether you create them yourself, it's more data that can export into your final report. Something else you might choose to use is methodologies. Again, these are completely optional. You don't have to use them. You can, if you choose to use them. They can also be exported into your report template to your report. And what you might want to choose to do is to develop a methodology that, for example, looks for certain types of findings. And as you move those tasks across the different boards inside your methodology, that data can be used in your final reports as well. You might also want to choose to have some overall data for your project inside content blocks or document properties. So here we have the list of document properties. You might choose to add a property such as overall risk for a certain project, as an example. Or you might have conclusions and recommendations content block, for example. These are things you would have to insert manually. You don't have any plugins that will create or update content blocks or document properties for you. Again, you can use them. You don't have to. It's all there.